Hello and welcome. My name is Murtaza Abrahami from artstudio313.net. In this video, we will learn together how to hand paint a stylized lantern in Blender 4.0. I already modeled the chains and the lantern itself. And if I click on overlays, you will see that I added the mark seams as well, and everything is prepared for the texture painting. If I just press Ctrl and space, you can see I have my islands in one UV map, which is really good. So after that, we need to go to texture paint, and actually this is a part of a full course. If you like, you can purchase that from my website or the link below. Visit the link below in the description. So let's colorize it. We need to select the fill. Let's go and click on the tools. So here I already created some color palette. You can download some color palette from internet, iron color palette or whatever you prefer. And after creating your color palette, you can name it even. So let's select it as the default color. So first of all, we need to create an image or base color. So click on base color, click on plus, click on base color, and we can name it to lantern base color, for example. Then we can divide it 2 times, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, so type star and 2. Now we don't need to be alpha, so our texture, and the base color you can leave it as it is, but if you give that a color, it will assign that color to your object. We can sample the color by pressing S, then left click to save your new color palette to the list. So if we say that this is going to be our default iron, then we can go and select a darker color, and we can select the brush. Then for playing with the radius and strength, with the radius, the hotkey is F. If you press F, you can press F and then move your mouse to left and right to play around the radius. But for the strength, you can press Shift and F to get access to the strength opacity, strength power. So in this case, I will put it to about half, and I try to paint it. So I can hold on left click and middle mouse. I mean Control and middle mouse, because I'm using a pen. As you can see, I enabled the pen pressure for both radius and strength as well. So now we can paint directly on the UV map, but for that we need to go and set it to image editor, then click on mode and set it to paint, and then we can start to paint directly on our UV map and islands. So here is our islands. Well, I decided to change the base color because I didn't like to be blue. So let's grab this one and we can assign it to change the metal color to a black. Then we can grab another, maybe this really dark color, and start to paint over these. So now I would like to paint at the bottom. I would like to add the ambient occlusion. So you can try to paint over these as well directly. Try to make a gradient. select the color by pressing S and remove these, or you can blend with this technique, blend them together. And now let's select or grab this same color, the darkest, click here, and now paint over these. So let's mix some of these. We painted by mistake, so therefore I say that we have to be a bit closer for the chain, otherwise we will get some problem during painting. We can grab a really bright color for the highlights. So I try to paint the highlights around the edges. You can play around with the strength with Shift F. Let's paint over the chains as well. Okay, really good. So now I like to select a really dark color by pressing S, and I will paint here. So let's paint with a really high strength, because I want to add some cracks or dents. And let's add another one here, but a bit thinner. So now press S to sample this really bright color, and now we can hold down Shift F and lower the strength and try to paint the highlights. So we can turn off the overlays. No, I mean we can turn off the shadows and cavity to see how it works, which is not bad. So let's turn it on again. So let's grab this dark color and we can start paint over here as well to blend them together a bit better. Select the highlights, and now we are good to go with highlights around these edges. Everything looks really good. So another really important thing is to save our hand painted texture. So you can see a star on image. We can press Alt S, move your mouse on your UV map and press Alt S. Then we can we already name it lantern base color and lantern base color. And we can save it as image. Okay, so now what about hand painting these glowy effects? What is I mean the line source? So that's really simple. We just need to go to in object mode. In object mode, I like to, even we don't need to go in object mode, we can be in texture mode, but we need to press tab, then press 3 to get the faces, and we select all these faces, which is going to be the glass. So after that, we need to press tab again and make sure to enable this paint mask. Now everything is white except these, and I already created this cool color palette, this yellow and red or orange. You can just click on fill and assign it, and it will assign. Oh, make sure to double click to select it and then assign once, and you can see all of those will turn to yellow. Then select the draw and start to draw. So we have the image reference on my other monitor, and based on these I would like to paint. So let's grab this orangish color and we can set it to 0.3 and play around with it. Radius, or even maybe less than that sometimes. So first I like to just colorize, add some parts orangish, and then I would like to move the strength a bit higher and then start to paint over a few parts. Like this. And we can select these red and paint some parts with a red. So let's paint it and blend them together. If I turn it off now, you can see that we created these really nice lantern. But to make it more stylized and more believable, we can actually press Alt S first. Let's save it by pressing Alt S. Then we can lower the radius first by Shift A, 0.1 or 2, and select this lighter color and just paint over the edges. Or let's press tab, and you can see we selected already these faces. Now we can invert this selection, by pressing Ctrl and I. Now it is inverse. So now we need to turn it on again, and we are able to paint over all of these faces except what is inside. So now I like to just paint with a really low strength or some area to see the glow effects on my model, around my model as well. Press Alt S, and that is what we get. Let's turn it off. We need to smooth out some area so we can spend more time to smooth it out, but it will work really good. Okay guys, that's about it, and hope you learned something. I hope you considering subscribing to my channel. I decided to upload each week new tutorial, and by subscribing and buying my courses from my own website at the link below, you are supporting me and my channel as well. Thank you very much and have fun.